Macintosh computer is the superior computer on the market today. That's right, this is a little different. But I just felt this is the way it should go. And there are reasons why I think this. I've always grown up using Macintosh computers, and I've also listened to people complain about their PCs. But boy, this computer, it just freezes, I gotta remove the frags, and I'm going to give a couple reasons why you should buy Macintosh.
Downing all this sugar. One monster. How many teens drink one caffeine-infused energy drink? A quarter cup of sugar. You might as well have a cookie if you want a sugar high. A 2006 study published by the Journal of Analytic Toxicology, researchers said that at the University of Florida that the food and drug recommendation for a 12-ounce can of energy drink is about 65 milligrams. Well, in the 16 Downing all this sugar. One monster. How many teens drink one caffeine-infused energy drink? A quarter cup of sugar. You might as well have a cookie if you want a sugar high. A 2006 study published by the Journal of Analytic Toxicology, researchers said that at the University of Florida that the food and drug recommendation for a 12-ounce can of energy drink is about 65 milligrams. Well, in the 16 do to stop this mad craze, politely decline an energy drink or have a pop. If you're an athlete, an energy drink is the worst thing to have. Why? Because it dehydrates you. It doesn't have the correct chemicals and the correct sugars and carbohydrates. If you're an athlete, have Gatorade. It has the correct amount of salt, sugar, and also some calories in it to help you recharge for your next big soccer game. Another thing we can look at is, why do we consume it? Why am I drinking it? Why? Look at your motives, guys. Look at your motives. Why are you doing this? In conclusion, in order to cut down on our caffeine addiction and put some money back in our wallets, our generation must stop feeling bumps from energy drinks. We have to stop living in the moment and wasting our money on trivial things like this to be responsible with both our wallets and our bodies by reducing our intake of energy drinks. Thank you.
Okay. America has spent $15 billion a year on space exploration. $19 billion on one rocket / robot to go out into space and take pictures of planets that we'll never see at any closer distance. They don't matter. It doesn't help us. Why do we need to see them? It sounds like a waste of money to me. Now, we have been exploring space ever since around World War II. But ever since then, there's never been any real good purpose for it. It's just been, hey, let's go explore. It's a good way to spend money, a fun way to spend money. We need to decrease the budget, cost billions of dollars, and 3, it's dangerous. Let's go into more detail. For one, there's no purpose. There's no object. It's pointless. Why do they send people on these needless missions? It's a waste of time and money. Now, I get all of this information from the National Space Society. So, sure, we went to the moon, maybe we one-upped Russia, but now what? Who cares going to the moon? Second, it costs billions of dollars. There's no object. There's no point. So why should we spend trillions of dollars on these expeditions? We didn't gain a thing. There's nothing gained from this. It's astounding how much they spend per the year on these expeditions. $15 billion? We could be sending food, water to hundreds, over 100 people have died in correlation to space expeditions. And those are only American people. And considering that we didn't accomplish anything through that, sounds like a waste of time and money and life. So now that you understand that the budget for space exploration must be decreased, because there's no real point in exploring space. No good. It's no use. So considering that there's no purpose, that it costs billions of dollars, that it's very, very dangerous, what's worth about it? What's so good about it? Why do we do it? Thank you very much.
Yes, they're going, yeah.
I've noticed that over half of the speeches we've done in this class so far have had one common precept, one underlying thing that we need to have true for all of our speeches points to be authentic. All of Christianity, all of our lives, all of our traditions, all of the things we've hinged our lives upon, hinge on Christ, this either carpenter's son or the Son of God who lives. But I think it's very important for us to know some of the solid physical parts at the tomb were asleep when the body was taken. This is completely impossible because last time I checked, people rarely sleep through the sound of around a half dozen men rolling a 2-ton rock up an incline. I don't know if I'd sleep through that. And there are no real other good ways to explain the empty tomb. Most of the modern historians come up with lots of theories which are possibly more ridiculous, such as the swoon theory, that Jesus merely swooned on the cross and he was revived by the cool air of the tomb. Well, that's completely impossible, and they were very effective at it. They knew when people were dead, and it's not all that hard to tell. Now, the swoon theory also fails because even if Jesus miraculously escaped the cross alive, he would have been weak. He would have been in such a pathetic condition that there's no way people would have hailed him as a victorious conqueror of death. He couldn't have started a worldwide movement. The apostles wouldn't have died for him. Now, another theory is that the woman simply got the wrong tomb, and get this, the gardener says, "You are looking for Jesus of Nazareth. He's not." Joseph of Arimathea probably wouldn't have forgotten which tomb was his. The Jews would be all too happy to point out, "Oh, you got the wrong tomb. Look, we still have the body in that one over there." The Romans, well, they knew which tomb they were supposed to guard. If it was in fact Roman guards, that's disputed too. But even if you manage to explain away the empty tomb, which is quite impossible from all the different ridiculous theories that have been tried, Jesus was seen alive by over 500 people. 1 Corinthians, Paul, who wrote this verse, is practically inviting people to come and check this out. He's saying, look, these guys are still walking around. They're ready to be interviewed at any time. You can talk to them about it. This is quite a statement. He's implying that many who saw Christ are still alive, and they can give testimony to this event. In conclusion, the authenticity of Christ is well attested by fact. The Old Testament scriptural prophecies he fulfilled and the evidence for his death and resurrection make the case strong. He died and was buried on the third day. He rose from the dead, and much more. And there's much more evidence for Christ's authenticity. For more information, I encourage you to check out a book such as Lee Strobel's The Case for Christ. Jesus is clearly who he claimed to be. All the evidence supports it, and all that's left for us to do is believe it. Thank you.